Okay, friends, I'm going to try to be watching our attendance here and make sure I'm letting people in as they arrive. Maybe I can disable the waiting room so we can just go ahead and get started. We'll try it as we go along, but I'll make sure the recording's going. Yep. Okay. Excellent. Well, welcome, friends. We made it to week 2 of school at Silvercrest, and this is been our weekly virtual town hall meeting. After this meeting, we will probably change our format a little bit. I will probably do like a monthly update meeting like this, like the first week of each month, or as needed if things arise, if there are announcements, if things that kind of unexpectedly change for us. And so, and then I will also be offering updates at our Silvercrest Boosters meetings, which happen the third Thursday of the month. And so I think as we're rolling in towards the end of September and into October, twice a month for meetings, we'll try that for a while. And then, oh, I have a question already. And then we'll go from there. And like I said, if I need to do them more frequently, we will definitely do them more frequently, but I want to make sure I'm honoring your time. I am going to try to also be sending more updates out on Parent Square. So if you are not as familiar with that, or if you're talking to other parents and they aren't sure about Parent Square, or they aren't really like they're not getting the notifications on Parent Square, please connect them to the school office for us. Please ask them to contact us and we'll make sure we get them connected with Parent Square. And now I'm going to take away the waiting room so that anyone can join us and we can get started. Okay, so for tonight, I tried to keep it brief because I'm really working on trying to honor your time and make this the most effective use of our time. And so tonight, I'm just going to provide a few updates and reminders of things that have risen to the top this week as we've been coming back to school week 2, a first full week. I don't know. I think we're all a little tired. I don't know if your kids are tired. You can give me a reaction there. If you think your kids are tired, like thumbs up. Yes, they're tired at my house. And then I have just a little bit of information on how we can stay connected going forward, not only as a school community, but also with your child's teachers. And then give you some information about some upcoming events here at Silvercrest. So first of all, the most exciting topic of the evening, masks. If I don't talk about masks again after the year 2021, it'll be too soon. I feel like I just want you all to know that I take safety very, very seriously. It is definitely part of my responsibility to make sure all of our kids are safe. But I definitely didn't imagine when I started my career in education 25 years ago that I would be talking so much about face masks, but that is the name of the game these last 2 years. So I just wanted to just give a couple of reminders and information about face masks, as we've just had a little bit of not inconsistent information, but we've had some questions and people just wondering about a few things. And as I was kind of new to the district too this year, I have just sought clarification and I wanted to share just a little bit of information. So just a reminder, in accordance with the state mandates, students are required to wear masks indoors in all areas except during breakfast and lunch while they're eating. And I will say that each of our teachers has a mask break station in the classroom and many of them right outside the classroom. And I have noticed, it's even just our kids building their stamina of being back in school. And it's kind of a marathon and compared to what they were used to last year as the small, they had every other day or they were only online. So our teachers are actually doing a really great job of providing like whole class and individual mask breaks and like stretch breaks as needed to kind of just help the kids build their stamina and coming back to school. Kids have been really good for like 99.999% about, knowing when to wear them, pulling them up, putting them down. Like I said, this is the last thing I ever felt like I would be spending time presenting about, but it's definitely something that's needed right now. And so I just want to thank you all and just let you know, I know parents had questions about mask breaks and things like that. So I want to make sure I'm sharing that. Our staff have been really good and a lot of them have just even developed, a lot of us have developed kind of nonverbal cues for the kids. We'll be like mask up, mask down. when it's like when we're transitioning in and out of doors. So again, outdoors, the students can take their masks off if they choose to. They can also keep them on if that's something that they're more comfortable with. As long as we can maintain that 6 foot rule, like, and or if they're not standing right next to each other. So I had to make a few little adjustments to recess and lunches and to wall ball, because we were just kind of having a little bit of crowding going on, but I think we've got a system that's working now, and the kids are adjusting. They can still play wall ball. They can still, because they aren't standing right next to each other, they're running by each other. So it's working out okay. And then we've created those smaller recesses and smaller lunches so that we have more space for the kids to spread out while they're outside. Because I do know, I know it's hard for me to wear my mask all day long. So I'm sure it's hard if you're 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. And so we're trying to provide those opportunities for them to take them off when it's appropriate. As a reminder, they do need to wear it on the bus over their nose and mouth. Our bus driver says, I have asked us to remind you about that. And all masks must meet the CDC requirements or recommendations. And I'll go over those in a second. That is kind of the position of the district, is that students we have to follow the rule of the state to wear them indoors, and they need to meet the requirements of the recommendations of the CDC. And I'll go over those in a second. And just a little kind of side note is that I had a really great conversation with some students today, and we're just really encouraging our students to maintain that respect for all and everyone's comfort level with masks, and when they choose to take them off or don't based on the safety. I was telling students today that I feel like in the outside world, everyone, we are spending a lot of time telling each other that they're wrong or making people feel bad. And I said, in the inside world in Silver Crest, we don't do that. So just a reminder that, each family has different beliefs and different views on masks. And I can guarantee, I don't know that there's almost anyone out there who is enjoying wearing them, but there are different opinions on when and how much to wear them. So we want to encourage our kids to be accepting of the opinions and beliefs of other families, and respect our students while they're at school in their choices around keeping their mask on and or wearing a mask in general. So that's just a good reminder. And as just a reminder, those CDC recommendations, kind of the basics that a mask needs to meet, is that it needs to be 2 layers. Like these are good. These are the paper ones, are 2 layers of fabric or paper. They need to completely cover the nose and mouth. They shouldn't have any visible holes or valves or vents on them, because obviously we're trying to wear them to avoid the transmission of particles, and particles can escape through those. Gaiters, we have kids wearing gaiters, and right now, as long as they're wearing them 2-ply, I am okay with that. And that just means that if they're pulling the gaiters up over, they just need to fold it over their nose and mouth area so that it's like not just a single layer. We have disposable masks available for any student who drops a mask, loses a mask, their mask breaks. We've had some of that happening. And just a reminder that if your students are wearing cloth masks, just to wash and dry those regularly so they tend to get kind of funky, especially right now with the wind blowing the particles around outside and pollen and dust and fires and all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of runny noses and eyes and stuff. So it's nice to have those cleaned or replaced often. And again, like I said, not my favorite topic, not something that I wanted to ever have to police, but just I ask for everyone's cooperation in this. I am pretty amazed at how well our kids are able to adapt to this, and how well we are able to create a pretty amazing school day and school experience for our students, masks or no masks. So I just wanted to make sure I gave those reminders. Just a little bit about dismissal. About 1 o'clock or 1:15, we start delivering notes to teachers of who's getting picked up, who's riding the bus, who's had a change to their day. So I know that things come up and like people are like, oh man, I'm going to be right by the school. I'm going to come pick up my child today. They're not going to ride the bus. Or, oh man, I thought I was going to make it up the hill by 2:30 and now I'm not going to, so they need to ride the bus. Just requesting gently and nicely to please, if there's going to be changes in your students' regular mode of transportation after school, to try to get those into our office, either by call, email, a note, even in the morning, to Ms. Galvez would be awesome by 1 p.m. because we already start delivering that information to our teachers in the afternoon so that they can organize their kids for dismissal. And I am happy to say that we went from, on the first day, it took us a full like 25 minutes to get the buses loaded, to get everyone picked up and get out of here. Today it was 2:32 and the buses rolled out, and I think we only had like 4 students waiting to be picked up. So that's exciting progress, and we appreciate your patience. Just a reminder, all kids in Silver Falls School District are eligible for free breakfast and lunch. And again, that is like a complete breakfast. In order to be counted as a breakfast or a lunch, it needs to be like the main entree, fruits or vegetables, and a milk. Milk by itself is a la carte, 50 cents. And if your student takes a cold lunch and they want to be able to purchase a milk with their lunch, they can use their mealtime account, which is kind of like our food service account. And if you want to add some funds, you know, $5 or whatever to your student's mealtime account online, it's super easy to do. There's a link here. I'll share it after this meeting, and you're welcome to do that. So just wanted to share that information and remind everyone. You know, earlier this year, school supplies, we asked for, from our K-5 students, a $30 donation contribution from each family to help with school supplies. And just a reminder that if you haven't paid that, you can send that into the office in an envelope with your student's name on it for school supplies, and Ms. Galvez will send a receipt home with you. We appreciate your cooperation on that. And later this school year, I'm definitely open to taking feedback if that we want to continue that or how we want to approach that. I think it's going to work out great. In the fact that we're never going to have to ask you to, like, could you send more pencils? Could you send crayons? Because we're using that to make sure all kids always have supplies all year long. And with each student having individual supplies for safety and just for, I think that's really just a smart plan. Anyways, we want to make sure we have enough to get all of our kids through. So, and we have had a couple of really generous donators who have helped us provide those school supplies. So, how do I know what's happening in my students' class and what they're supposed to be doing and what they're working on? That is the question of the day. I get that a lot. The first is what's happening at school. Our primary mode of communication that we use as both a school and individual classrooms is Parent Square. And this allows us to send out whole group announcements or messages, individual messages or individual conversations, photos, those kind of things, that you can receive them you can download the Parent Square app on your phone. You can get them by email, or you can get them by text message. And you can at any time change your notifications as well, like your preferences. Like if you're getting them by text message and you would prefer to get them on text and email, or if you download the app and you don't need to get them by whatever that is, we can help you. But up in your settings, you are always allowed to decide how you get those. If you aren't getting those messages, at least from the school, give us a call and we will try to get you connected in the Parent Square world so that you're getting those updates. That's our primary method as a district for information sharing. And then at the classroom level, again, this year, our teachers are using Canvas. And if you were in our district last year, or actually many of the districts in Oregon used this last year, this is a platform that allows teachers to post assignments, announcements, give feedback on assignments, reminders, resources for the kids in their class. And so as part of the student's district Google ID, when they log on to their Chromebook, or if they log on to their Google ID at home, they will have access through their class links to Canvas to accessing all the things their teacher posted amongst the other apps that we use. But what's very cool, it's not as easy to use as I would like it to be, but you can become a parent observer for your student's account, meaning you can kind of like see what they're seeing. We can create an access point so that you can see what they're seeing. And how that works is that basically, and we can teach the students how to do this. I'm trying to figure out an easy way to do this like school wide so that all at one time we can say like, hey, you all have access. But what happens is they log in and they say create or pair with an observer, meaning like pair with my parent, pair with a family member who's going to be my guardian, overlooking my, like you can set up what you want to be able to see on their assignments, their teachers' announcements, their classes. And then you get a link with your email address that says, hey, your student has invited you to be an observer on their Canvas account. And then you just sign up yourself. And then that allows you to log in. You can see their grades, you can see their assignments, you can see what's being posted for their classes. This is just a great tool on the day-to-day. Teachers are expected to post to that weekly with just an update of what's happening. Some might do it more frequently, but also if for any reason we've had a number of students have to be gone off and on for different things, a student can check that for ideas, and parents can check that for ideas on what they can do to stay current while they're absent. So I just want to make sure that we're helping people get connected with that. If that is something that you are interested in having a little more of a tutorial about, maybe during one of our parent sessions, if you would either put it in the chat or email me following this meeting, or Parent Square message me. I'm happy to put a little demonstration together for people, so that I know as a parent, I always appreciated being able to log into my student's parent account and kind of see how he was doing, what was going on in his classes, so I knew what questions to ask at home. And so we can definitely help with that. Upcoming events at Silver Crest. I can't believe that we are already midway through September, but there's still a lot of exciting things happening in September. So first, next Monday, like 5 days from now, 6 days from now, is our first early release day for the school year. And I will send a reminder out on Friday, and I'll send a reminder out on Sunday, so you remember that, and maybe even Monday morning, that our students will get out. There's about 6 of those throughout the year, and our students will get out at 12:30 instead of 2:30. It's a 2-hour early release day. So it's basically, we just rewind our schedule 2 hours, and that's when our release time is, so that your buses, the kids that take buses, will arrive about 2 hours home earlier than they do on a normal school day. Pickup would need to be at 12:30 instead of 2:30. So just so you can make arrangements for that. On Thursday, September 23rd at 5 p.m., we have our first Silvercrest Boosters meeting for the year. We are going to host that here in the library, as long as our group size is pretty reasonable and everyone is wearing their mask. There's lots of cool things that the boosters are trying to bring back this year, now that we're not completely like out of school and off school grounds, and they are always looking for people to help. And there's lots of different ways to help with the boosters activities and for our students. There's like behind the scenes, there's planning, there's the actual events. So depending on what your schedule is like and your availability to help, like you might want to help, you're like, I work all the time. There might be things and ways that you can help support the boosters and the events and the wonderful things they provide for our students and our staff at Silvercrest. So you can come learn about that. And then importantly, and I'll share about this more next week a little bit, is on Monday, September 27th, our district is organizing a listening session for the community of Silvercrest, like anyone who lives in the Silvercrest boundaries, to come to school. And by then we're going to have our outdoor tent out back. So we'll be out on the covered play source. There'll be some heaters in there. There'll be lights. And we're going to gather with the leaders from the district. Scott Drew, our superintendent, will be here, as well as a facilitator. And really, it's an opportunity to do something that's pretty awesome and that doesn't always happen. And so I really want to encourage you to participate that night if you can. What we're doing is we are asking, it is a listening session. It's for everyone in our community to come together to share your feedback and input on both what you've experienced as a member of the Silvercrest community, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, but also what your vision is for Silvercrest going forward. What do we as a Silvercrest community put as a high priority? What do we see as the vision for what we want for our students, the kinds of experiences we want to be able to offer at Silvercrest? What do we want to see in our facilities? It's really, I don't know very many times where we get the opportunity to give that feedback and we aren't asked our opinion all the time in a lot of times. And this is a really great opportunity to do that. So I really want to encourage you to put that on your calendar. I just really, really encourage you to participate. And I feel like whether you've been super satisfied and you want to make sure that we maintain the things that you love about Silvercrest, whether you've been unsatisfied and you really want to advocate for things that you think should be different. And if you have a strong opinion about how your support, financial and otherwise, helps shape the future for the students here, I would just really encourage you to attend and to participate in this opportunity that doesn't always happen. So I'll be there. It'll be very exciting to see your faces. and to get to know you all and to hear your thoughts and ideas about the future of our school, not just this year, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and even down the line. October is right around the corner, and it is going to be a fun month at Silvercrest. So on Friday, October 1st, we are kicking off the month with the homecoming parade tradition. Silverton High School often invites other organizations and groups to participate in their homecoming parade through town. I was told that this was a very important thing and to get our application in early. So I've been working with the boosters on this, and we're in, I believe. The theme this year is fairy tales, and our school theme is going to be Alice in Wonderland. And our PTO and Deanna Feller are working on some ideas for our students if they want to participate. Apparently for me, I get to participate. I didn't realize that going in, but it's all for the kids. So I'm all about it, and I'm all about school spirit. So if you want more information, you can attend the boosters meeting next week or contact Deanna Feller with our boosters to get more information or get a little bit more info. On Friday, October 8th is an in-service. It's a professional development day across the district. There's no school for students that day. We have 2 early release dates again in October on the 11th and the 25th. And then the event that you've all been waiting for. We believe that things are going in the right direction, that we will be able to offer the Silvercrest Christmas tree run again this year. That is a beloved tradition, I've been told, and that started in memory of a wonderful school administrator who was once here at Silvercrest. And so there'll be more information coming with this. All the kids get to participate. We have teams and other schools in the community come as a part of this. So it's a pretty fun event. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like. I'm hoping that I don't have to run the whole way through the trees. I'm hoping I can be like the cheerleader or the stopwatcher. But I'm looking forward to learning more about that. So finally, I just want to thank everyone, because the one thing that has been constant over the last 2 years in education is that change is constant, and things constantly we're constantly like adjusting and pivoting and making little changes here and there. And I just want to, our staff have been incredible. We make little small changes here and there to like our daily routine, or we try to implement something and it doesn't quite work out as polished. And so we make some adjustments. They've been so flexible, so easygoing, and so just willing to do whatever we need to do to have the kids in school 5 days a week. Our students have been awesome. I've been talking to them the last few days about how Miss Linder is not, it is not my intention to sometimes have to be the fun police, but that I just want to keep everyone safe. And they've just been really receptive to that and really wonderful about that. And of course, all of you in supporting what we're trying to do here at Silvercrest, it's really, really appreciated. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much. Like the reception I've gotten, like everyone who came to our meet and greet last week, individual emails, messages, waves in the morning. I just really, really appreciate it. We're really trying to create some amazing things for our kids here at Silvercrest, and to bring back as much of normal and better, like better than normal is what I'm calling it, because it's the opportunity for us to really just redesign how we do things as we're coming out of this pandemic time. And I just am super excited for the future here. So I will stop sharing my screen. And I would love for you guys to see your faces next week. If you have a question, if you want to put it in the chat, I will do my best to answer it or to get back to you. If you want to contact me directly or personally, individually, you can do that too. But I wanted to give you the chance to jump in if we need to. We have kind of a small crowd tonight. All right, look at me, 6:26, under 30 minutes. That's awesome. I do want to honor your time. I know that our time in our evening with our family is precious, so I'll let you get back to that. Again, please always call, email, message, or let me know. Do you still plan to segregate the kids at lunch? So I have to have separate lunches right now because of the social distancing requirements. And I also, one of the other changes I had to do was I had to do a seating chart so that if I had to do contact tracing, I would know who sat by each other at lunch. But I did tell the kids that every couple of weeks we'll rotate that, and I'll try to provide some opportunity for them to give input on where they go about eating outside. I have for 2 of our lunches, they are big. They are bigger than I can accommodate under the in the cafeteria. And so once our tent gets here, I can actually spread us out even further. But I will offer indoor and outdoor. And if a student is assigned indoor and wants to be outdoor, or is outdoor and wants to be assigned indoor, if they could chat with me, or if you want to contact me, I'm happy to try to work that into the rotation. Or if there's a reason that they can't be in one spot or the other, I'm happy to try to be flexible with that as much as I can. So let's see. I think that's about it. And I appreciate you all jumping on, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, everyone.